Hello everybody, my name is SwimDude11 and welcome to Super Cat Paws, or Super Cat Tail Paws. But anyways, yeah, this is a mobile game, and it's been a while since I played a mobile game that actually not only looks this good, and is actually really fun. Right now, I am playing the third one in the series. I remember about a couple of years ago, I played the first one. It was the first one called Super Cat Bros. But yeah, the ideal of what this is gonna be is, well, it's gonna be a 100%. Or, well, that would have been the case if this wasn't in a demo, and a couple of the bells are not achievable. Mainly two of them. But yeah, like I said, right now, it's like saying, this has really good presentation. They've always done a good job with the introduction here. Not only that, but they have a full-on cutscene and everything. Seriously, like, seeing this whole first level really got me into this. And yeah, so let's start off with the first level here. We also got a new batch of, well, cats to work with, who also usually end up working with the old cast. But anyways, this first level is basically the tutorial level, basically giving you an example of, well, what's to be expected from this game. And it does a really good job at that. So far as that I've noticed is, one, that you can now actually kill enemies, where I think I haven't played the second one, so I'm not too sure if that's also a thing, if you can kill enemies or not, but in the first one I know for a fact you can't do that. And on top of that, the bells seem to be up to 3, where one had a slow progression of getting multiple bells, but yeah, it's a good, nice introduction, and most of these levels can be completed fairly easy, if you're actually good at the game. Which, unfortunately, I am not. Trust me, there will be some very questionable things of how I play this game. Also, another thing I'd like to point out is we haven't taken damage yet, but here's the first example of it. Basically, how damage works here is if you get hit, you'll have some time before you can regenerate, and if you go on to a next screen, your health will be instantly regenerated. In the previous game, Super Cat Bros, it basically just reducted time. Here, you have to wait around, which is somewhat lame, but also, yeah. And there's the first sample of a death. There will be more to come, because, well, I hate waiting around. And yeah, so far it's good. 2 themes so far. We're starting off the night. I like the consistency. When we ended in the first level, it was technically getting towards, while it was done, and getting close to nightfall, and now it's complete nightfall. And yeah, so far, what else is there? Well, not much. It's like, right now we're going through the 2 levels, and yeah, the simple mechanics that we just learned from the first level are basically coming into play. So let's see here. So far, from what I know from the first 2 levels here, this will go pretty smoothly. It's not until we get to level 3, and well, ironically enough, that well, another thing is that all bells are not treated the same. You will understand that in the next level, but yeah, we're almost done here. And yeah, so how about I found this game? So when I played the first one, it was 2 to 3 years, but I was in high school when I played it, and yeah, I thought nothing much of it. It was a game that I played in my downtime and nothing else. And yeah, most of these bells so far are pretty straightforward, and yeah, as you can see, the egg here is actually a collectible, and as we die again, we're back with partners. some partners, and some fruit spirits that will be seen a little bit later on. This is basically towards like when I finished up the demo and got the first well, everybody here. Yeah. You're gonna be seeing a lot through my playthrough because unfortunately there is a lot of backtracking, which means if you don't have a certain cat for the job, you probably won't see him until the next world or until you attain him. Anyways, going back to, well, death again. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep that in here because, well, we can just show everything here again. There's no point. We were pretty close to where it was to begin with, but yeah. Anyways, how this is gonna work, as now that you've seen me basically go from past to future here, basically what is going to be happening is I'll be showing you where all the collectibles are and what needs to be done. So far, I think the egg was maybe the first thing that had to be recognized as needed to notify that you needed a certain cat, which was, I think his / her name was Scars. And yeah, and now we got a dragon, a buff dragon at that, and apparently one that has a Yoshi tongue as well. And we lost the drive. Get going. Already off to a good start. Now level 3. So let's see here. Blooming Hills is the introduction to where we get Rose. I think that was her name. Man, I am really not good with names. Yes, Rose. Okay, cool. But yeah, so Rose here, her ability is basically she can fit into like smaller places, so like 1-block places. So usually where you would climb over here, she will immediately dunk and climb into it. There's even a little sign telling you, and once again they do a really good job of, well, explaining everything. So yeah, that's one thing I will give them notes for, credit for. Really good at explaining things. And now I think we'll play through the level here pretty calmly. Nothing too much to know, just we can attack while during the grass, and we also have introduced to honey drops, basically, which makes us stick in one place until we break out of it. Kind of a nuisance if that's right, but also now, like I said before, many bells will have to be tracked back, as well as maybe eggs. And here's another part with Scars. Hopefully I'm saying the right name here. Sorry if I'm not. But yeah. Now that second bell is collected, that's how you do it. Scars, for Scars herself, I believe you don't get her until, I want to say, World 2-3. I could be wrong about the level where you get her, but yes. Do note that you get her in World 2. And yeah, he / she is the loner type. Basically not good with people, but was forced under circumstances to help out the squad instead of going in by himself. And now we're waiting up here because this is actually where the third bell is. So far, I want to say some of the bells are pretty simple to get, well, except for that second bell, which required backtracking a lot later. So yeah, and that basically was another death there. Ended up hitting that thing, falling back down, which made me have to restart that whole thing. So after coming back and getting the third bell, we can finally get out of here. I also did spend a lot of time on this level due to the fact of I didn't understand how to get the bell, and I didn't think about like the backtracking. So yeah, for like the next like give or take 5 or 10 minutes, I basically was trying to get at that bell with no luck, thinking that I was just missed jumping or something. But yeah, I eventually gave up and came over here. But as for when I had scars, before I even got the bell itself, I randomly found a secret area. I had no clue this was even here. Like, legitimately, that was so awesome. So I immediately went into it, Paul and Panic. Oh, fun, happy times. No, not at all. This last section in the game, oh my god, that effing rope. There is nothing else I can say, but that rope section was horrible. And this secret stage really is somewhat more difficult than, well, everything else up to this point. Really testing out your skills. Granted, I know it's a secret area, and at this point you've basically been to World 2, so you probably faced Tartar. But yeah, this, for some reason, was really giving me some difficulty. And yeah, I immediately had to remove my partner who was attacking and killing everything, which later on, we will find out soon that, yeah, having a partner in this, level is probably the worst thing you can do, because there's technically a nice requirement that I didn't know about until I completed this, and when I did, oh boy. Anyways, going off from that, yeah, just a couple more deaths up ahead. And like I said, this was a lot harder than what I've done up to this point, and knowing, again, I get impatient when I'm not doing things right, and I don't like waiting around just to get healed. So after a couple of tries later, I also was trying to get as many coins as I can, because collecting coins is another thing that, well, let's just say, for accessories, your partners, oh, it's fun time. No, it is not. Oh my god. So collecting coins and everything, wow, let's just say purchasing everything is a pain in the butt. A lot of grinding goes into that, but I will be talking about how to grind coins a little bit later, and probably not in this episode because, well, we're still at the beginning of the game, and with a secret that I decided to put towards here because, well, it was near the beginning here, so, and I wanted to get out of the way. Now we're on to, I think, the hardest section of this level. We have these, basically these spikes spinning around these trees. I already took damage to begin with. I'm doing some really risky things here. And yeah, at the same time, I'm trying to look around for that third bell because, in all honesty, I don't want to do this level again. But at the same time, it's gonna get me killed. But yeah, for the most part, it was a bunch of waiting around here, and I honestly hated that. I didn't have the healing Cupid yet, but yeah, I just wanted to keep waiting, and I think the waiting time was almost like 10 to 15 seconds, which really sucked. And then I got double combo right there, and just to god. I eventually made it past that. I decided to, while waiting for my health to regen again, thankfully that happened. I quickly got rid of the enemy, and once again, I did something that I shouldn't have. But I'll talk about that in a second, because we got my favorite part, the fucking rope. We're enough into the video that I can swear now. But yeah, time for a death montage. This stupid rope is so fucking stupid. You get hauled off, you die, and then you go back to this hard section right at the beginning. Oh, there I died. Oops, died again. Was too careless, and I was not too patient. Second try on the rope, immediately got hit and got sent back to the beginning. Third try, got sent back. Couple more times, getting double wombo combo by this. There we go with the rope again. And yeah. And there's another one. And I died again. And thankfully, we made it. 10 to, I want to say 15 minutes later of true agony. I was completely on edge. So much on edge that I was making dumb decisions. Why was it going back for this guy? I almost got killed. And we're going to have to wait for 15 seconds as I tried to attempt to go to the left here again. Why? I don't know why. I was in the stage of making very, very dumb decisions, and I could have died right there. I should have died, but I didn't. And for my gratitude of this, I'm gonna attack this guy. Of course, he's gonna die, thankfully. And then I left. And then this happened. I heard it. The which indicated you didn't get the third bell. Do you want to know what you have to do to get the third bell? I don't know if you didn't notice that sign at the beginning that has the ZZZs. Some enemies are sleeping. Do not, no matter what, don't kill them. That's all you have to do to attain the third bell. It's that easy. So I want to say another 10 to 15 minutes of true agony. I finally got it. And now back to past Ethan. Oh, no, never mind. We're going back to future. Future Swindle 11. But basically, so with the trick here for level 1-4 here is we got two branching paths, which both has the first bell and the second bell. So we're gonna get the first bell. Unfortunately, again, like I said, you need to basically have, if not all your cats from the demo, before we can collect a good majority of these bells. Which is kind of, I don't want to say dumb, but it wasn't fun having to come back for these bells, especially needing to figure out where I was meant to go, knowing that Scars could do a double jump, which meant that any possibility of an enemy in the air could lead to a secret area, so that wasn't fun, and I got double wombo comboed again. I would keep a death tracker here, but yeah, that'd be way too much editing, especially having death after death after death after death. Now, back to past Ethan. As you can see here, we are now in the second path, and this was before I got to World 2 and stuff. And we still had Rose and Pastel. I'm hoping I'm saying that right, but yes. As we're trying to make it for the second bell here, I was able to, well, kill the enemy pretty much an easier time. I gotta say, compared to the secret exit versus 1-4, I can tell how much easier and calmer it was. But then again, you're not supposed to figure out the secret exit until you have Scars, which is in World 2-3. And at that point, I'm assuming the game thought you basically have gone through more difficult things. No, that secret world was no fun. No bueno. No bueno indeed. So far, nothing too bad, I would say, has happened up to this point. I was trying to look for the first bell, because like I said, this was before I got to World 2 and knew about Scar's ability. So yeah, I was trying to keep track of where that bell might have been. And of course, I did die again. I will say, I do like the enemies here. I don't know if they're fully original designs or if they're from the previous games, but this is my first time seeing them. So yeah. But yeah, for the most part, I found anything really quite enjoyable with this. I think the most part that I liked about this game the most was probably the art style. Legitimately, the cheery and happiness and just, well, cats in general, it was just bring a smile to me when I wasn't suffering from collecting the bells. besides that, most of the levels weren't bad at all. Now, going back to future Ethan here, in order to do this, to get the third bell here, it's very simple. Don't get hit. I got hit. I found this out by just replaying through this level. I couldn't find it with scars, and then I just decided to fight the boss. I didn't get hit. And suddenly the third bell showed out of nowhere. So now I had to take in consideration that many bosses may hold a bell now, which really sucks if that was the case, because I can tell you later on that I'm pretty sure if Secret World was already giving me Secret Level was already giving me trouble, I knew I was in for something. But thankfully we were able to finish off the level. And yes, I think that will do it for today's episode. We got through 4 levels, and yes.